Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about a topic that resonates deeply with all of us, the idea of giving second chances. It's a concept that sounds noble at first, but let's take a moment to consider its real implications. Every one of us has faced moments where trust has been betrayed. A friend who let us down, a colleague who undermined us, or a partner who broke promises. The painful truth is that betrayal leaves scars, and those scars can impact our future relationships. Trust, once broken, is incredibly hard to rebuild. Why should we risk our emotional well-being by allowing the same people to hurt us again? Recognizing red flags is crucial. Early warning signs often reveal more than we care to admit. A dismissive attitude, a lack of accountability, or repeated apologies without change, these are signals that shouldn't be ignored. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Setting boundaries is not just a luxury, it's a necessity. Boundaries protect our mental and emotional health. They define what we will accept and what we won't. By maintaining strong boundaries, we send a clear message about our worth and what we will tolerate. Now let's address a common misconception, the belief that people can change. While growth is possible, it's often accompanied by a willingness to acknowledge past mistakes and a genuine commitment to improvement. If someone has consistently let you down, consider this: are they truly capable of change, or are you simply hoping for a transformation that may never come? Decisiveness is empowering. The moment you choose to stop allowing toxic individuals into your life is the moment you reclaim your power. You deserve relationships that uplift you, not those that drag you down. Every experience teaches us a lesson. Reflecting on past interactions can provide clarity. I encourage you to think about those moments when you gave someone a second chance. What did you learn? Were the outcomes worth the initial investment of trust? Self-respect is at the core of this conversation. When we allow ourselves to be treated poorly, we undermine our own worth. Respect yourself enough to walk away from situations that compromise your happiness. Finally, I urge you to let go. Let go of toxic relationships and embrace the freedom that comes with making empowered choices. Surround yourself with those who elevate you, challenge you, and inspire you to be your best self. In closing, I challenge each of you to reflect on your relationships. Consider where you may be holding on too tightly to the past. Make the conscious decision to prioritize your well-being and happiness. After all, life is too short to waste on those who don't deserve a place in it. As we gather here today, I want to delve into a powerful and often contentious topic, the notion of giving second chances. At first glance, it seems a noble concept, a testament to forgiveness, compassion, and the belief in the potential for change. We are often taught that extending grace can heal wounds and restore relationships. But let's pause and reflect on the deeper implications of this idea. Every one of us has experienced moments of disappointment and betrayal. A friend breaks a promise, a colleague undermines our efforts, or a partner betrays our trust. These moments are not merely setbacks, they are pivotal experiences that shape our understanding of relationships and our own self-worth. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open the door to connection, but we also risk the pain of betrayal. In our quest for connection, we sometimes ignore the signs that warn us against placing our trust in those who have proven unworthy. It's essential to recognize that not everyone we encounter will treat us with the respect and kindness we deserve. While the idea of a second chance may sound appealing, we must ask ourselves, what do we stand to lose by offering it? More importantly, what do we stand to gain by choosing to protect ourselves instead? This is not merely about skepticism or cynicism, it's about empowerment. Understanding that we have the agency to determine who deserves a place in our lives is liberating. It shifts our perspective from one of passive acceptance to active choice. In this speech, I aim to encourage you to reflect on your own experiences and to consider the power of your decisions. We'll explore the impact of betrayal, the importance of recognizing red flags, and the necessity of setting boundaries. Together, we'll uncover the wisdom in choosing not to give second chances, and we'll embrace the idea that self-respect and personal growth often come from the strength of our choices. So let's embark on this journey together. exploring why it's essential to value our time, our trust, and ultimately ourselves. Thank you. When we talk about betrayal, we're delving into a profound emotional wound that can leave lasting scars. Betrayal isn't just a breach of trust, it's a violation of the connection we share with others. Whether it's a close friend who reveals our secrets, a partner who breaks their vows, or a colleague who undermines our work, each instance chips away at our sense of security and belonging. The emotional aftermath of betrayal can be overwhelming. Initially, there's shock, a disorienting feeling that leaves us questioning our judgment. How could someone we trusted do this to us? This leads to a painful introspection, where we start to doubt not just the other person, but also ourselves. We may replay events in our minds, searching for clues we missed, wondering if we were too naive or too forgiving. As we navigate these feelings, we often encounter a range of emotions: anger, sadness, and confusion. Anger can be particularly consuming, prompting us to lash out or seek revenge. While these reactions are natural, they can trap us in a cycle of negativity. Sadness often accompanies the realization that a cherished relationship has been irreparably damaged, leaving us feeling isolated and vulnerable. The impact of betrayal can extend far beyond the immediate emotional fallout. Trust is foundational in all relationships, personal and professional. When it's broken, it can lead to a ripple effect, affecting how we interact with others in the future. We may find ourselves becoming guarded, hesitating to open up or invest in new relationships. This can create a barrier to connection, leading to loneliness and further isolation. In addition to emotional distress, betrayal can have tangible consequences in our lives. For instance, in a workplace setting, if a colleague betrays our trust, it can hinder collaboration and productivity. Trust is crucial for teamwork. Once it's compromised, the entire dynamic shifts, leading to a toxic environment that stifles creativity and growth. Moreover, the psychological impact of betrayal can manifest in anxiety and self-doubt. We might start questioning our ability to discern trustworthy individuals, which can lead to a pervasive fear of being hurt again. This fear can prevent us from forming new connections, leaving us trapped in a cycle of mistrust and loneliness. It's also important to recognize that the impact of betrayal is not limited to individual relationships. Societal trust can erode when people feel betrayed by institutions, be it in politics, organizations, or communities. When trust in these entities is compromised, it can lead to widespread cynicism, disengagement, and a sense of powerlessness. Ultimately, understanding the profound impact of betrayal is crucial as we navigate our relationships. It's not just about acknowledging the pain, it's about recognizing that betrayal can serve as a powerful teacher. It prompts us to reassess our boundaries, our expectations, and our understanding of trust. This awareness can empower us to make better choices in the future, ensuring we surround ourselves with individuals who genuinely deserve our trust. In this context, we must ask ourselves, how do we move forward? How do we protect our hearts while still allowing for meaningful connections? The answer lies in valuing our own worth and being discerning about whom we choose to trust. When someone consistently blames others for their mistakes or refuses to take responsibility, it indicates a lack of maturity and integrity. This behavior can set the stage for further betrayal down the line. Frequent lies, even small ones, can erode trust. If you catch someone in deceit, it's a sign they may not value honesty in the relationship. Pay attention to how someone treats others, especially those who are less powerful or influential. A lack of respect for others often translates into a lack of respect for you. If someone is hot and cold, showing affection one moment and then withdrawing the next, it can create confusion and emotional instability. This inconsistency can signal deeper issues related to attachment or commitment. While some jealousy can be natural, extreme possessiveness can be a sign of insecurity and controlling behavior. This can lead to unhealthy dynamics in the relationship. If someone frequently puts you down or dismisses your feelings, it can chip away at your self-esteem and create a toxic environment. Sometimes red flags aren't overt but manifest as a nagging feeling in the back of your mind. Trusting your intuition is vital. If something feels off, don't ignore that sensation. Our instincts often pick up on subtle cues that our conscious mind might overlook. Sometimes our judgment can be clouded by emotions or desires. Seeking the opinions of trusted friends or family can provide a fresh perspective. They may notice red flags that you've become blind to due to your emotional investment. Recognizing red flags is only the first step. The real challenge lies in having the courage to act on them. It's easy to rationalize or dismiss troubling behavior, especially when we want a relationship to work. However, prioritizing your well-being means making tough decisions when necessary. Instead of viewing red flags as a source of anxiety, consider them as tools for empowerment. Each warning sign is an opportunity to protect yourself and make informed choices about who you let into your life. Recognizing these indicators allows you to maintain control over your relationships and to foster connections that are healthy and fulfilling. Ultimately, recognizing red flags is about safeguarding your emotional health and well-being. It's about understanding that you deserve relationships built on trust, respect, and mutual support. By being vigilant and discerning, you can create a life surrounded by individuals who truly honor and appreciate you. Setting boundaries is a vital aspect of maintaining healthy relationships and safeguarding our emotional well-being. Boundaries define what we are comfortable with, how we expect to be treated, and what we will accept from others. Without clear boundaries, we risk becoming vulnerable to manipulation, disrespect, and emotional turmoil. At its core, a boundary is a personal limit that helps us protect our physical, emotional, and mental space. It delineates where one person ends and another begins. Boundaries can be physical, like personal space, and privacy, or emotional, relating to how we allow others to treat us. In relationships, especially with friends and family, we often feel obligated to meet others' needs. Without boundaries, this can lead to emotional exhaustion and resentment. Setting limits allows us to recharge and focus on our own needs. Healthy boundaries promote mutual respect. When both parties understand each other's limits, it creates an environment of trust and support. This fosters deeper connections built on understanding and empathy. Boundaries encourage open communication. By expressing our needs and limits clearly, we invite others to share their own, leading to more honest and fulfilling interactions. These pertain to personal space and physical touch. It's essential to communicate your comfort level regarding physical interactions, whether it's hugging, hand-holding, or just having personal space. These involve how much emotional energy you invest in others. It's crucial to establish limits around sharing personal feelings, as well as how much emotional labor you're willing to take on. Setting limits on your time is essential for maintaining balance. It's okay to say no to social invitations or to carve out time for yourself, even if it means disappointing someone else. But when expressing your boundaries, clarity is essential. Use I statements to convey your feelings without sounding accusatory. For example, "I feel overwhelmed when I receive calls late at night" is more effective than "you always call me at the wrong time." Setting boundaries can provoke strong reactions from others, especially if they are unaccustomed to your limits. Remain calm and assertive in your delivery, reinforcing your right to establish these boundaries. Not everyone will react positively to your boundaries. Some may resist or try to guilt you into changing your limits. Stand firm in your decisions, reminding yourself that your well-being is a priority. Boundaries can evolve as relationships develop. Regularly revisit and reinforce your boundaries as needed, especially if you feel they are being crossed. This ongoing communication helps maintain respect and understanding. Setting boundaries requires courage. It may feel uncomfortable to assert your needs, especially if you fear disappointing others. However, remember that it is not selfish to prioritize your well-being. It is essential. When you enforce your boundaries, you model healthy behavior for others and create space for relationships that nurture you. Establishing boundaries fosters self-reflection. It encourages you to understand your needs and limits, leading to greater self-awareness. As you set and maintain healthy boundaries, relationships can transform. They become more respectful, fulfilling, and supportive, allowing for deeper connections. By protecting your emotional space, you reduce stress and anxiety, leading to improved mental health overall. Boundaries create a sense of safety and control in your interactions. In conclusion, setting boundaries is not just a protective measure, it's a vital practice for fostering healthy, meaningful relationships. By defining your limits and communicating them clearly, you empower yourself and create an environment where trust and respect can thrive. Remember, you have the right to prioritize your well-being, and establishing boundaries is a crucial step in that journey. The notion of change is powerful and alluring. We often cling to the hope that people can and will change, especially when we care for them deeply. However, the reality can be quite different, and it's essential to examine the illusion of change critically. Change is possible, but it requires genuine effort, self-awareness, and accountability. Unfortunately, many people mistake promises for progress. They may express a desire to change or offer heartfelt apologies, but without a committed effort to address their underlying issues, those words often remain empty. Human beings are creatures of habit, and ingrained behaviors are not easily altered. If someone has consistently demonstrated toxic behavior such as dishonesty, manipulation, or emotional unavailability, it's crucial to recognize these patterns rather than get lost in the fleeting moments of sincerity. The past behavior of an individual is often a stronger predictor of future actions than their promises to change. When we invest emotionally in someone, it's natural to want to believe in their potential for growth. We may hold on to moments when they seem genuinely remorseful or make promises of change. However, this hope can become a trap, leading us to overlook repeated patterns of behavior. We may convince ourselves that this time will be different only to find ourselves disappointed once again. True change is characterized by consistent, sustained efforts over time. It involves not just verbal commitments but also actions that align with those words. Temporary fixes like apologies or changes in behavior that last only a short time are often merely a reaction to immediate consequences rather than a sign of real growth. Believing in the illusion of change can come with a steep emotional cost. It can lead to a cycle of disappointment and resentment. Each time we allow ourselves to be convinced that someone has changed, we invest in a relationship that may not be healthy or beneficial for us. Over time, this can erode our self-esteem and sense of worth, making us question our judgment and intuition. Recognizing the illusion of change empowers us to make informed choices about our relationships. Instead of holding on to the hope that someone will transform into a better version of themselves, we can focus on what we need and deserve. This realization allows us to set healthier boundaries and prioritize our own emotional well-being. As we navigate our relationships, it's vital to balance hope with realism. While we can encourage and support those who are genuinely trying to change, we must also protect ourselves from the pain of unfulfilled promises. Ultimately, the key takeaway is that true change is possible, but it requires dedication, self-awareness, and most importantly, a willingness to act consistently over time. By recognizing the illusion of change, we can free ourselves from unrealistic expectations and invest our energy in relationships that nurture and uplift us. Remember, you deserve authenticity, trust, and respect, qualities that should be unwavering, not contingent on the fleeting hope of change. Empowerment through decision-making is a fundamental aspect of taking control of our lives and fostering healthier relationships. Each decision we make reflects our values, priorities, and understanding of what we deserve. When we actively engage in this process, we not only protect ourselves but also cultivate a sense of agency that permeates all aspects of our lives. Empowerment is about recognizing our own power and ability to influence our circumstances. It means realizing that we have the right to make choices that prioritize our well-being, even in the face of societal expectations or pressure from others. By embracing this mindset, we can transform our approach to relationships and life in general. The journey toward empowerment begins with self-reflection. Taking time to understand our needs, desires, and boundaries allows us to make informed decisions. Ask yourself, what do I value? What are my non-negotiables in relationships? Engaging in this introspection provides clarity, enabling us to articulate our needs confidently. Once we've identified our values, setting clear intentions becomes crucial. Intentions act as guiding principles that inform our decisions. For instance, if you value respect and honesty, your intention in relationships might be to foster connections where these qualities are prioritized. By establishing intentions, we create a framework for our decision-making process. Empowerment comes from making conscious choices rather than reacting impulsively or out of fear. It's easy to slip into patterns of behavior that don't serve us, especially when we feel pressure to please others. However, when we consciously decide how to respond to situations, we reclaim our power. This might mean saying no to a request that feels overwhelming or ending a relationship that no longer brings joy. Some decisions can be particularly challenging, especially when they involve people we care about. In these moments, it's vital to remember that prioritizing your well-being is not selfish, it's necessary. When faced with a tough choice, consider the following. Reflect on how the decision will affect your emotional and mental health. Will it lead to growth, or will it create more stress and discomfort? Your intuition often knows what's best for you. If something feels wrong or misaligned, listen to that inner voice. Understand that making a difficult decision can lead to new opportunities and experiences. While change can be daunting, it can also be incredibly liberating. One of the most empowering choices we can make is learning to say no. Many of us fear rejection or disappointing others. But saying no is essential for maintaining healthy boundaries. It allows us to prioritize our needs and protect our emotional space. Remember, every no opens the door to a more meaningful yes elsewhere, whether it's to new relationships, experiences, or opportunities. Each decision we make reinforces our sense of self-worth. When we choose to prioritize ourselves and our well-being, we send a powerful message: we deserve respect, love, and healthy connections. This reinforcement builds our confidence, allowing us to navigate future decisions with greater clarity and assurance. Empowerment through decision-making creates a positive feedback loop. The more we engage in conscious decision-making, the more we recognize our own strength and capabilities. This awareness fosters resilience, encouraging us to tackle challenges head-on rather than shying away from them. As we make empowered choices, we build a life that reflects our values and aspirations. In conclusion, empowerment through decision-making is about reclaiming our agency in relationships and life. By engaging in self-reflection, setting intentions, and making conscious choices, we cultivate a sense of control that transforms our interactions. Remember that every decision is an opportunity to affirm your worth and prioritize your well-being. Embrace this journey with confidence, knowing that you have the power to create a life filled with meaningful connections and authentic experiences. Every experience we have, particularly those involving betrayal and disappointment, offers valuable lessons that shape our understanding of ourselves and our relationships. Reflecting on these lessons is crucial not only for personal growth, but also for empowering us to make better choices in the future. Here we'll explore some key insights that can emerge from our experiences, helping us navigate the complexities of human connection. One of the most significant lessons learned through betrayal is the understanding that trust is not a given, it must be earned. It's easy to extend trust based on initial impressions or shared experiences, but true trust develops over time through consistent, respectful behavior. This realization encourages us to be more discerning about who we allow into our inner circle and to recognize that not everyone is worthy of our vulnerability. Experiencing betrayal can lead to important self-reflection. It prompts us to examine our own behavior and patterns in relationships. Are there traits we consistently overlook in others? Do we ignore red flags because we want to believe the best in people? By recognizing these patterns, we can take steps to break unhealthy cycles and make choices that align more closely with our values. Every painful experience underscores the necessity of setting and enforcing boundaries. When we fail to establish clear limits, we invite potential harm into our lives. Each lesson learned reinforces the idea that boundaries are not just protective measures, they are essential for cultivating healthy relationships. We learn that saying no is not only acceptable but necessary for our well-being. Navigating betrayal often brings up feelings of shame, guilt, or self-doubt. However, one crucial lesson is the importance of self-compassion. It's essential to acknowledge that we are human, and making mistakes or trusting the wrong person doesn't define our worth. Practicing self-compassion helps us heal and move forward, allowing us to treat ourselves with the kindness we would offer a friend in a similar situation. While the pain of betrayal is difficult, it often leads to significant personal growth. We learn that discomfort can be a catalyst for change. Each setback can prompt us to reevaluate our priorities, set new goals, and cultivate resilience. Embracing discomfort as a natural part of life allows us to emerge stronger and more self-aware. Forgiveness is a complex yet vital lesson learned through experiences of betrayal. It's essential to recognize that forgiveness is not about excusing the behavior of others, rather. It's about freeing ourselves from the emotional burden of anger and resentment. By choosing to forgive, whether it's letting go of a grudge or moving on from a painful relationship, we reclaim our power and open ourselves up to new possibilities. Going through challenging experiences teaches us the importance of seeking support from others. We often underestimate the value of sharing our struggles with trusted friends or family members. This support network can provide perspective, validation, and encouragement during tough times. Understanding that we don't have to navigate our experiences alone is a powerful lesson in vulnerability and connection. Betrayal often forces us to confront change, whether that means reevaluating our relationships or altering our expectations. One lesson learned is that change can be a positive force, leading us to new opportunities and experiences. While it may feel daunting, embracing change allows us to grow and adapt, opening doors to healthier, more fulfilling connections. Another vital lesson is the importance of trusting our instincts. Often we have an intuitive sense of when something is off in a relationship, but we might ignore it in favor of logic or hope. Learning to listen to our gut feelings can guide us in making decisions that align with our values and protect our well-being. Ultimately, every experience, good or bad, contributes to our journey of self-discovery. We learn more about our values, desires, and limits with each interaction. This ongoing process helps us become more authentic individuals, fostering relationships that reflect who we are at our core. As we reflect on these lessons, it's essential to approach future relationships with a sense of purpose and intention. The insights gained from past experiences empower us to make more informed decisions, set healthier boundaries, and foster connections that nourish our souls. In conclusion, the lessons learned from betrayal and disappointment are invaluable gifts that guide us toward greater self-awareness and empowerment. Embrace these lessons as opportunities for growth, allowing them to shape your journey and enhance the quality of your relationships moving forward. Each lesson brings you closer to the fulfilling connections you deserve, paving the way for a life enriched with authenticity, trust, and love. Self-respect is the cornerstone of a healthy and fulfilling life. It influences how we perceive ourselves, how we interact with others, and ultimately the quality of our relationships. Understanding and cultivating self-respect is essential for setting boundaries, making empowered choices, and fostering meaningful connections. Self-respect is an inner sense of worth and dignity that arises from acknowledging our own values and treating ourselves with kindness. It involves recognizing our rights, needs, and feelings, and affirming that we deserve to be treated with respect by others. Self-respect is not about arrogance or entitlement, rather. It's about a healthy understanding of our own worth. Self-respect empowers us to set and maintain healthy boundaries. When we value ourselves, we are more likely to communicate our limits clearly and stand firm in our decisions. This creates a safe space for our relationships to flourish based on mutual respect. When we demonstrate self-respect, we signal to others how we expect to be treated. This can attract relationships that are built on trust, understanding, and appreciation. People are more likely to treat us well when we embody self-worth. When we respect ourselves, we are more inclined to consider our own needs and desires in decision-making processes. This shift allows us to make choices that serve our best interests rather than constantly accommodating others. Self-respect empowers us to take ownership of our lives. It encourages us to take proactive steps toward our goals, whether in personal or professional contexts. This sense of agency reinforces our belief in our capabilities and potential. When we value ourselves, we are more likely to embrace our authentic selves. This authenticity leads to more genuine interactions and relationships, fostering connections based on honesty and transparency. Building and nurturing self-respect is a lifelong journey that requires intentional effort. Here are some strategies to enhance self-respect. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. Acknowledge your mistakes and imperfections without judgment. This fosters a compassionate inner dialogue that reinforces your worth. Clearly define your limits and communicate them to others. Respecting your boundaries reinforces your self-worth and shows others that you take your needs seriously. Acknowledge your accomplishments, no matter how small. Celebrating your successes reinforces your sense of self-worth and reminds you of your capabilities. Engage with people who respect and uplift you. Positive relationships foster a sense of belonging and validation, reinforcing your self-respect. Take time to understand your values, desires, and needs. Self-reflection helps clarify what is important to you, guiding your decisions and reinforcing your self-worth. The value of self-respect extends beyond immediate interactions. It has long-lasting effects on our overall well-being. Here are some benefits. When we respect ourselves, we are better equipped to handle life's challenges. This resilience allows us to bounce back from setbacks and maintain a positive outlook, knowing our worth is inherent. Self-respect is linked to better mental health outcomes. It reduces feelings of anxiety, depression, and self-doubt, fostering a more positive self-image and overall well-being. Healthy self-respect leads to healthier relationships. As we honor our own value, we also cultivate the capacity to honor others, creating a cycle of mutual respect and support. Ultimately, self-respect contributes to a more fulfilling and happy life. It enables us to pursue our passions, set meaningful goals, and engage in relationships that enrich our lives. In conclusion, the value of self-respect cannot be overstated. It is the foundation upon which we build our lives, influencing our relationships, decisions, and overall sense of well-being. By cultivating self-respect, we empower ourselves to embrace our worth, set healthy boundaries, and create connections that reflect our values. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness starting from within. Embrace your worth and let it guide you toward a life filled with authenticity, joy, and meaningful connections. Moving on is often one of the most challenging yet liberating processes we can undertake after experiencing betrayal, disappointment, or the end of a significant relationship. It involves letting go of what no longer serves us and embracing the potential for new beginnings. This section aims to provide encouragement and practical strategies to help navigate this journey. The first step in the process of moving on is recognizing the necessity of this change. Holding on to past experiences, especially those marked by hurt, can weigh us down, hindering our growth and happiness. Moving on is not about forgetting or diminishing the significance of what we've experienced. It's about choosing to prioritize our well-being and future. It's important to acknowledge and validate the emotions that arise during this process, whether it's sadness, anger, or confusion. Recognizing that these feelings are normal and part of healing can provide comfort and clarity. Moving on often involves a grieving process. Give yourself permission to mourn what you've lost, whether it's a relationship, a dream, or a sense of security. Allowing yourself to feel this grief is an essential step toward healing. As you move forward, reflect on the lessons learned from your experiences. What insights can you take with you? How have you grown? This reflection can empower you to see the situation as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Instead of viewing the past solely through the lens of pain, try to reframe your narrative. Consider how these experiences have shaped you into a stronger, more resilient individual. This shift in perspective can be profoundly empowering. Moving on can be an opportunity to redefine your goals and aspirations. What do you want to achieve now that you've let go of what was holding you back? Setting new, meaningful goals can provide direction and motivation. Prioritize self-care as you navigate this transition. Engage in activities that bring you joy, relaxation, and fulfillment, whether it's spending time with loved ones, exploring new hobbies, or practicing mindfulness. Taking care of yourself physically and emotionally is crucial during this time. Surround yourself with supportive friends and family who uplift you. Sharing your journey with trusted individuals can provide encouragement and help you feel less alone as you move forward. Moving on often involves stepping into the unknown, which can be daunting. Embrace this uncertainty as a natural part of growth. Trust that new opportunities and experiences await you, even if they are not immediately visible. Allow yourself to be open to new relationships, opportunities, and adventures. Each step into the unknown can lead to unexpected joys and discoveries, enriching your life in ways you may not yet anticipate. Take time to visualize what your life can look like moving forward. What do you want to create? Imagining a brighter future can motivate you to take steps toward achieving it. Remember that moving on opens the door to new possibilities. Cultivating hope for the future can inspire you to take risks and pursue paths that align with your true self. In conclusion, moving on is a powerful and transformative journey that allows us to reclaim our lives after experiencing pain and disappointment. While it may be challenging, it is also a profound opportunity for growth, healing, and new beginnings. Embrace this journey with courage and compassion for yourself. Remember that moving on does not erase your past, it allows you to carry the lessons learned into a brighter, more fulfilling future. You have the strength within you to move forward, and each step you take brings you closer to the life you deserve. As we reach the conclusion of our exploration into the themes of self-respect, empowerment, and the importance of moving on, it's crucial to reflect on the journey we've discussed. Each element we've addressed serves as a building block toward creating a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and rich in meaningful connections. The foundation of this journey is recognizing and embracing your worth. Each of us is deserving of love, respect, and happiness. Understanding that your value is inherent regardless of past experiences or the opinions of others is the first step toward cultivating a life filled with purpose. Empowerment comes from the choices we make daily. It's not merely a passive state of being, it's an active pursuit. By making conscious decisions that reflect your values, setting boundaries, and prioritizing your well-being, you assert control over your life. Remember, every small step you take towards self-respect and healthy relationships amplifies your sense of agency and purpose. Moving on from past hurts is not a sign of weakness, it's a testament to your strength. Each moment you choose to let go of what no longer serves you opens the door to new possibilities. Embrace this transition as a vital part of your growth journey. Trust that the discomfort you may feel is a natural part of healing and transformation. Now I encourage you to take actionable steps toward embodying the lessons we've discussed. Here's how you can begin. Take a moment to write down what matters most to you. Identify your non-negotiables in relationships and in life. Use this list as a guide for your decisions and interactions moving forward. Choose one area in your life where you feel your boundaries need strengthening. Communicate these boundaries clearly to others and hold yourself accountable for enforcing them. Start a daily practice of self-compassion. Whether through journaling, meditation, or affirmations, remind yourself that you are worthy of kindness and understanding. Reach out to friends or loved ones who uplift you. Share your journey and seek their encouragement as you navigate your path to healing and growth. Challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone. Whether it's trying a new activity, meeting new people, or exploring new interests, allow yourself to embrace the unknown with an open heart. Acknowledge and celebrate each step you take, no matter how minor it may seem. Recognizing your achievements fosters a sense of accomplishment and reinforces your commitment to growth. In conclusion, the journey towards self-respect, empowerment, and healing is ongoing, but it is one filled with incredible potential. Each choice you make shapes your reality, and by actively engaging in this process, you can cultivate a life that resonates with authenticity and fulfillment. Take a deep breath and commit to moving forward with courage and conviction. You have the power to transform your life and create the relationships you desire. Embrace this opportunity and remember the best is yet to come. Your journey starts now, make it count.